Good morning, folks. Time is 9:57 a.m. Mountain Standard Time on the 31st of August. And of course, that's the first for my friends on the other side of the planet there. My friends all over Australia. Say hello to everybody there. But let's call out those folks in Melbourne. That's right, the city that has the most members of any city around the world. That's right, we've got more members in Melbourne than any other city in the world. That's pretty incredible. Folks, cheers to everybody. I hope you're all doing great today. My name's Lee. I'm the guy who started the groups. Well, I thought it was funny.com. I pluralized that on purpose because we've got two of them. And you folks are you. Who else would you be, right? And you're awesome. How do I know that? These groups were nothing until you got here. And these groups are just absolutely freaking amazing now. So thanks for taking the awesomeness, bringing it here, and making us awesome too. You rock, folks. Thank you very much. So what's going on in your lives today, folks? I am going to be working a comedy show tonight. That's right, it's Joe Coy. He's playing the Scotiabank Saddledome here in Calgary, Alberta. And that's what I'm doing this evening. It's a comedy show. I've worked the show before. He's really funny. And, well, it's going to be fun. I love comedy shows. So looking forward to that tonight. And what are you folks doing today? It's Sunday for a lot of you, and it's Monday for some of you, so I'd love to hear about your plans for the week. I'd love to hear about how your weekend went. I'd love to hear just about anything about you folks. I really would. You know, I'm so tired of just talking to the ether. I do get responses, though, from some people. We heard back from Rose Glad, who talks to us quite a bit, actually, and she was telling us that she got some grocery shopping done the other day because she was not feeling well the day before to do it. She also has sent us a picture of herself standing in front of one of her banana trees, and her banana tree says the bananas are curiously small, so she thought she'd take a picture. It's been weird weather everywhere. I don't know about Hawaii. Of course, I'm not, I don't live anywhere near Hawaii, but I wouldn't be surprised if you folks are getting a little weird weather too. But hey, I'd like to hear that from you about that. I could research it too, but I don't know. So thanks for sharing that picture, Rosie. We always appreciate it. Rose said she's also been working on hats lately, and knitting, that is, and that the socks have been put on the back burner for a little bit. So hopefully we'll see some photos of some of those hats and eventually that pair of socks. Rose, really appreciate that you get back to us. You share with us all the time. Love it. Thank you very much, Rose. Thank you, Rose, for sharing. We'll always appreciate that. Now, Wendy and I went on a short road trip on Friday. It is a long weekend here in Canada, and Wendy took the Friday off to get an extra long weekend. And we were originally going to go to Drumheller being the Canadian Badlands. We went close. It was really hot on Friday. We decided, I don't necessarily want to be going around out in the Badlands because it's ridiculously hot. And being an old guy and a little overweight, that gets a little uncomfortable. So we decided to do another trip. We got close to the Badlands. We went to Rowley. Rowley is a ghost town in south central Alberta, not far from the Badlands of Drumheller. And there are still a couple of families that live there, and they keep the town in fantastic shape. The town has been used for several movies over the years. One of them starring Jessica Lange in a movie called Bye Bye Blues. Looks fantastic. I said they keep it in great shape. They're very proud of their town. Used to be on the main highway. The highway moved, and then the train tracks got pulled out. So, of course, it became isolated, and people moved away. Just absolutely gorgeous. We have a slideshow. I've created a slideshow from our trip out there. There's a few photos from some of the older trips out there, just so you get a good idea of what the area looks like. I'm going to play that right now, and we're going to come right back. I hope you like that. Like it's southern Alberta, southern and central Alberta is an amazing place if you like ghost towning. It's an amazing place in general, but if you like ghost towning, there's lots of old farming communities that have sort of faded away. Railroad towns where the railroad's been taken out. Rowley was on the railroad. That lines got taken out, and also the highway didn't go through Rowley, the main highway from Calgary to Edmonton, the two main cities in Alberta. That highway, the the route for the highway, it was farther off than they expected. They never, the town never recouped from that. And I said, it's just a few families living there, but they do a great job of keeping it in great shape. And the last Saturday of every month in the summer, they have a pizza night where the people that live there host a pizza night. You come there, have a great time. They have music. People come from all around for it. We haven't done it yet, but one of these days we're going to do it. If you do that, though, you really gotta want to stay overnight probably, because it's a bit of a drive. You can camp there. It's by donation. It's a pretty sparse campground, but I mean, you can bring your SUV. You could tent there if you wanted to. Also, SUV or camper. That's what I meant to say. So great place. Fun little trip, especially from here. We've been there many times, but we still like going out there anyways. And it's about an hour and a half from here, about at the most, I think, which is not much of a drive when you're Canadian. Everything's far away from everything. So that's what we did. And then, of course, we heard from Rose. I swear, I want to hear from you folks. I really do. Nobody's listening to me. Well, Rose is. A few of you are. I want to hear about your day. Share anything you want. I want to hear about your pets. I want to hear about, well, your car, your bicycle, your plants, your city, your town. What's bugging you? What motivates you? I want to hear a little bit about you. I'd love for you to leave a comment on this video. But even if you don't want to leave a comment, hit a reaction, like the dislike, the happy face, the heart, that angry guy. I don't care. I just want to know that you're watching. That's how I can know. If you do a comment or a reaction to the video, I get to gauge who's watching. It's sometimes I feel like not many people are watching. That's okay. I get that, but I really like to know how many people are watching. I'm hoping there's people watching that I don't know about. Why don't you let me know a little bit about you? Where you from? Just why don't you just pop in? Hey, Joe Schmo from Kalamazoo, Sally Schmally from Melbourne. Come on, folks. Just pipe up a little bit. Just let me know where you're coming from, or at least hit the reaction button. And I'd love to hear a little bit about your lives. Come on, don't leave me hanging, folks. All right, I've got a couple of funny things that I want to share with you, but I'm going to shut up right now and I'm going to just do this.
I'm a pancake. I'm a pancake. Do-do-do-do-do-do. I'm a pancake. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. I'm a pancake. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. I'm a pancake.
My beautiful, wonderful wife sent me that. It just made me laugh. She found it on Reels, of course, and I know it's dumb, but I don't care. It's fun. Anyways, we're going into the part where I share some funny stuff anyways. I'm going to share a couple of funny posts that I thought were funny at least. We started with that. Why? Because it just made me laugh. I meant to do that on the 27th. I forgot. We got it today. Now, we do have a couple of funny posts. Well, one of them funny for sure. The other one I found funny, so I included it here. Now, the first one that we're going to share is from, let me get the name right, Syndi Pruett Rensimer. And I did share one of Cindy's posts either last week or the week before. I do remember the name. And the other one is from, well, it's from me, my friends. I'm sorry, I found this post particularly funny. It's getting a good response on the group, and I wanted to share it here. I'm allowed to do that once in a while, right? I hope so. All right, so let's bring up Syndi Pruett Rensimer's post first. These made me laugh. That's why they're here, my friends. Oh my gosh, this made me laugh. I know it's simple, I know it's dumb, but hey, it's funny. Simple, dumb, and funny. I think you could probably describe me that way. Well, I don't know about the funny part. Syndi, I really appreciate that so very much. Now, the next one, unfortunately, is for me, folks. But hey, it made me laugh. Hopefully, it made you laugh. I know it made a few people laugh because the responses are pretty good. And I love this webcomic. Bringing it up right now. Now, I don't know if this is Twonks or Toonks, because you can say that two different ways. Either way, I love it. So childish. I can be childish. As I said, I absolutely love this webcomic. It makes me laugh every day, several times a day sometimes. All right, appreciate folks. I appreciate that, Syndi. I hope you appreciated it too, folks. Hope it made you laugh. I hope they both made you laugh. I don't want to blow my horn too much, though. I can't assume that something I find funny everybody else finds funny, but I know a few of you did because I've just seen the responses there. Made me laugh. That's the big thing, right? And that's what the whole point of everything we do here is, to make you laugh, friends. We're getting real close to 850,000 members, something I didn't mention a little earlier. And the only reason why there's that many people here is because you've made it funny. And at 850,000 members, more people than many cities have population. I know I should have said it earlier, because I say it earlier usually. That's more people than many cities have population. So what does that make us? Say it with me. Funniest city on the internet, folks. Funny people in a funny place, and we make people laugh every day. And we're so good at it because you're so funny. Let's keep it going. You know, maybe we'll hit 1 million. Maybe we're getting close. You never know, though, right? Things can be fleeting. So that's why I'm crossing my fingers here. I don't believe in jinx, but I know some of you do. Hey, it doesn't hurt to cover your bases, right? So, thank you, Syndi. I'm not going to thank myself because that's kind of asinine. I do hope they made you laugh. Thank you, Wendy, for that little video. The I'm a pancake, I'm a pancake. That made me laugh, too. Folks, we're here to make you laugh, and we're here to make the world laugh, and you're helping us do it, my friends. Hundreds of thousands of people every day come to this site just to laugh, and it's because of you and what you share. All right, so that got us to here, and usually we go right to the bad jokes, and we still are getting to the bad jokes. I just want to set them up a little bit. Today's bad jokes, being the last day of the month, is something I want to do every month now. Sort of what I consider the month in review of jokes. We've got 4 minutes. That's right, 4 minutes of jokes for you today. Usually it's under a minute, and I've taken them off from the beginning of the month up until yesterday. So, well, yesterday we didn't have a video yesterday up until Friday. So hopefully you enjoy them, my friends. I hope you don't find this too lazy. If you do, you let me know and I won't do this again. But I'm going to play them right now. Why? Because it's time for those bad jokes. What kind of room has no doors? A mushroom. Just wondering, but is a fake turd the same as a shampoo? To whomever stole my glasses, I will find you. I have contacts. What weighs more, a gallon of water or a gallon of butane? A gallon of water. Because butane is a lighter fluid. I can't say for certain that my wife is addicted to making pancakes, but the evidence certainly is stacking up. What's the difference between in-laws and outlaws? Well, outlaws are wanted. Want people to start paying attention to you? Try jogging without moving your arms. Running into stationary objects can be painful, at least according to a recent poll. A group of thugs broke into a local police station and smashed all the toilets. Police may not have much luck catching them, as they have nothing to go on. What's cooler than a talking dog? A spelling bee. Is a line of men waiting for a haircut called a barbecue? I called my wife to tell her I saw a fox on the way to work. She asked me how I knew it was on its way to work. I just hung up on her. My wife asked me to make sure I put the toilet seat down, so I told it it's ugly and nobody likes it. Our local police just acquired 1,000 bees. Apparently it's for a sting operation. I taught myself to juggle clocks. My wife says it's just more proof that I have way too much time on my hands. My buddy got home last night to find out that somebody broke into his place and stole every single light bulb in the house. He was delighted. I'm thinking about throwing out my glasses and never wearing them again. I've seen enough. Ouchie wawa! That's the noise you make when you hurt yourself tripping over a small Mexican dog. What do you call an angsty teenaged robot? A cyborg. I accidentally used dog shampoo this morning. I'm feeling like such a good boy. Such a good boy. 2 antennas met on a roof, fell in love, and got married. The wedding wasn't much, but the reception was fantastic. Why are all movies that star turkeys rated R? Because of their foul language. I put pineapple on everything. People think it's weird, but hey, it's Hawaii roll. I tell dad jokes even though I'm not a dad. I guess that makes me a faux pas. Last year I gave up drinking for New Year's, but I only lasted 3 days because I ended up hospitalized for dehydration. My friend asked me to help him round up his 37 sheep. I said, sure, 40. My wife didn't take my name when we got married. We thought it might be confusing with both of us named Lee. Years ago, I was driving a girl home after a date when I explained to her that I'm not really good with directions. Well, she found that funny and started laughing. And I took offense. So I stopped the car, I told her to get out, and I right her on the spot. I asked 100 people what brand of shampoo they prefer, and 100% of them said, "What are you doing in my shower?" So what if I don't know what the word Armageddon means? It's not like it's the end of the world or something. What do you call a detective that accidentally solves all of his cases? Sherlock Holmes. I don't have a dad bod. I prefer the term father figure. What did the fish say when he swam into a wall? Damn. What do you get from dwarf cows? Condensed milk. What do you call it when you mix classic American literature with alcohol? Tequila Mockingbird. I dig. You dig. He digs. She digs. We dig. They dig. It's not a very long poem, but it sure is deep. My wife says I can be an idiot sometimes. Pretty cool of her to give me permission like that. What do you call a girl standing at the end of a field between two posts? A net. My boss told me to have a good day, so I took that as my cue to go home. A woman was on trial for stealing guitars when the judge asked, "First offender?" When the prosecution stood up and said, "No, first a Gibson, then a Fender." For the last 5 years, every morning I announce that I'm going for a jog, but I don't. It's my longest running joke. According to my therapist, I have trouble vocalizing my emotions. I can't say that I'm surprised. One time, back when I was a bachelor, I ran out of toilet paper and had to use newspaper. Man, the times were rough. I've read that no two people see colors the same way. Apparently, they're just pigments of our imagination. I hope you enjoyed those jokes, my friends. I enjoyed telling those jokes all month long. I've got jokes from my buddy Dave Knapp in there. I've got jokes from Wendy, my beautiful, wonderful wife. I've got a lot of jokes from the folks at Dad Says Jokes on Instagram and on Facebook. That's @ Dad Says Jokes. I've gone through 3 of their books, and I'm going to buy a 4th book. I just finished the 3rd one. Just a great supply of jokes. Of course, I mentioned my friend Dave Knapp. He sends me jokes all the time. My beautiful, wonderful wife, she sent me many of those jokes. I hope you enjoyed them, friends, and I hope you enjoyed them through the month, and I hope you enjoyed them since we didn't start doing them last December. I'd love to hear your feedback on the jokes. Let me know if you actually like the jokes. I know Corey likes the jokes. I know he comes here for those jokes. I'm pretty sure Rose Glad likes those jokes. I think Michelle Finnerty likes those jokes. I know my beautiful, wonderful wife, although she rolls her eyes, she watches those jokes, and I think she likes some of them. I want to know what you think, folks. And I want you to know that I want to tell your jokes, too. Why don't you send me a joke or two to jokes@wellit.funny.com, and if I use your joke, I'm going to thank you for your jokes. I don't like stealing jokes, I promise you. And you know what would be also cool? Why don't you take a moment and record yourself telling a joke? Audio, video, on your phone, on your webcam. You could send me an audio cassette or a VHS recording. I would make it work. I would. I want to hear from you. I want to hear your jokes. I want to hear you tell jokes. I want to tell your jokes. Send all of that to jokes@wellit.funny.com. All right, friends. Talk about it all the time. I've got a store. I think I got a pretty cool little store. I'm going to run my ad right now. We're going to come back. We're going to talk about you. Want to help us out and look good at the same time? Head over to store.welithoughtitwasfunny.com where we've got t-shirts, hoodies, 3/4 sleeve rock shirts. We got coffee cups. We've got to-go cups. We've got stickers. Check it out today, folks. That's store.welithoughtitwasfunny.com. You still here? I hope so. I really do think that the stuff in the store, I think they're good quality products. I know that people like that design because when I'm walking around outside, if I'm wearing the t-shirt or the hoodie, people stop me and ask about it. And I get people to scan that QR code and people join the group right then and there, if they're Facebook members, of course. It's kind of cool. People like it. I'd love to see you wearing our shirts, you know, hoisting your well, I thought it was funny coffee cup, plastering that sticker somewhere and show me where you put the sticker. I want to know how you represent, folks. Please visit our store. You know, any purchase helps us a lot. We spend a lot of time here. It takes a lot of time from other things in life It's really kind of important, but really I want to tell you the most important thing is the funny, not the money. That's why we're here. Gonna ask you to do me a couple of favors. I ask this quite often. They're real easy. Well, I don't know if they're easy, but they're not. I'm not asking you to give me money or anything. The kind of favors are ones that make people feel good. First one, if you get a chance, right time, it's appropriate, try to make somebody laugh. You will make their day better no matter what. And that second favor, it's along the same lines. You're as important as anyone else. You deserve to be happy. You deserve to laugh. Please find something that makes you laugh today. And if you're struggling, search for it. Hunt for it. Watch a funny movie. Watch a cartoon. Read some comics. Whatever it might be. Listen to a comedian. I want you to laugh. And if it's particularly funny, share it with us. If it's already on the group, just leave a comment saying, Lee, this is the thing that made me laugh. Or something along those lines. Tag me in that, though. Or if it's from outside the group and you can share it here, share it in the group, tag me in it. If it's a situation that made you laugh and, it's just something you want to describe that in a comment on the video, tag me so I will see it. And, we'll talk about it tomorrow. Maybe it'll be the featured post, but we'll definitely talk about it tomorrow. On our next video, which will be tomorrow. So, folks, try to laugh and try to make somebody laugh. Now, we are wrapping up the video, but I do like to just reiterate a few of the things that I say, because I like to repeat myself, and also some of these things are worth repeating. We're almost at 850,000 members. In fact, if you count both groups, we're over 850,000 members. That's beautiful and incredible. I never expected those kind of numbers, that kind of success, but you folks have made this place the funniest city on the internet, population us, and it just continues to get funnier. We work really hard. We work really, really hard for you folks, and it's worth it because you folks share such funny stuff. Thank you for making me laugh. Thank you for making the world laugh. That's the whole point of most of the things I've wanted to do in life, is just make people laugh, and you're making that happen. Not because I'm funny, just because you brought the fun into something I created. This is our city, friends. This is our group, and thank you so very much. We're going to see you again tomorrow. You have a fantastic day, friends. Remember, I want to hear about your days. Leave a comment on today's video, but at the very least, please leave a reaction. I just want to know that you're out there. Folks, you have a fantastic day. All the love.
Well, I thought it was funny.
Well, I think it was funny.
Well, I thought 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 it was funny. Well, I thought it was funny. Well, I thought it was funny.
Well, I thought it was funny.
Well, I thought it was funny.